Okay, let's get this going. Gotta get Una singing, and we'll get through here if you want. Alright, sorry for the background noise. I'm watching a little bit of Resident Evil as I'm doing gameplay today. Trying out this monk. I posted a couple other videos on this. This is my first time playing monk, wanting to do something a little bit different than what I'm used to. And I really have no clue what I'm doing. So this is kind of fun for me. It's like I'm relearning the game with a character I have not played. Trying to remember what buttons do what for me. There we go. Getting out of the poison would be good. Alright. Standing in the poison is never a good thing. So if you're new to the game, and I know there's a lot of new folks coming on with the Abyssal League, you kind of play along with me here as I learn this whole new character. What you're not going to see here is amazing gameplay. I'm having a tough time even remembering where all my spells are. But so far it's been pretty fun. I'm trying to replenish my stock, so if you see anything with superior, make sure you pick that up, even if you can't use it and if you don't think it's worth anything. You can take that superior gear apart, and you're going to want the supplies it gives you later on. So try not get into the habit of picking that stuff up. I've said many times I'm not an elite player. You're not going to see me rushing through. What you're going to see me doing is actual gameplay. Taking my time, exploring each map. And figuring out how to play this monk. Oh, picked the wrong thing there. Now, I haven't researched the monk at all. Not really. I know I was seeing a lot of folks saying that it's more popular for the Abyssal League. People are liking something about the unarmed monk. Not sure what that is. And I'm not sure if I will do unarmed, but I need to get out of that poison. And like I just said earlier, I really don't know much about the gameplay. I do like the idea of freezing guys in place. That's always a good thing. And getting out of the poison is a good thing. I am using a unique staff, so a little bit of cheating. I had that in my bank or my stash, so I went ahead and put that on. Man, that poison hits hard. I don't know if it's poison or just gunk. The mana hits hard. And they're launching it everywhere. You just can't even get out of that. I did notice recently, it seems like there's a lot more drops. Like, I think they buffed everything. Getting orbs everywhere. I did a map video last night on my Ranger, and I got 4 uniques and 1 low-level map. I'm talking like level 2. And the very next map, which I think was another level 2, gave me another unique. So I got 5 uniques dropped in like half an hour. Not even half an hour. It was insane. But I posted that video this morning, so got proof that those uniques are dropping. None of them were any good for my Ranger, of course. I think most of the uniques I found are really good for leveling, like this staff. Show you the staff that I'm using. So that's nice. But once I get to around Act 3, at least, that will be coming off. And I'll find a staff that's much better that I'll probably switch out to. I do have a unique helmet that's a level 11 that once this guy hits 11, it will be going on, and I will probably use that thing through Acts 1, 2, and 3. It's just so good. I use it for all my characters, leveling them up. And I'll show you guys that when I reach that level. Again, that damn poison's really messing with me. Almost died there. And I'm out of potions. Great. I have a feeling I'm gonna die here. No poisons, assholes. Nice, I needed that so bad. Man, that was close. Those poisons mess with you. Padded leggings, what are those? Armor, energy shield, not really what I want. And as I post these videos, honestly guys, I'm learning this character. I am not going to cut out anything like that where that was really bad gameplay. I'm going to let you guys see where I'm failing. Pick up this checkpoint. Pick up that orb. And if you have experience playing the monk and you have advice for me, let me know down in the comments. I'll definitely read your comments. Like I said earlier, I am brand new to this. I'm going to pick up this waypoint. I like picking up the waypoints when I find them. That way if I have to log out, I get dad duty or husband duty and I gotta walk away from the game, I can just come back and not have to worry about finding that waypoint again. But like I was saying, if you do have advice for me, give it to me. I have a feeling learning monk, I usually play ranged characters. I like the feel of that. I'm a huge proponent of mercenary for this league. Mercenary, if you haven't tried it, try it. It is so powerful, so strong. It really feels like a whole other game because it's so easy. I mean, in blue gear, I beat Count Geonor in literally less than a minute. And I posted that video if you want to watch that. Using the grenades, and it's really not the mercenary, it's the grenades. You stun every target, including the bosses, and they don't stand a chance. By the time they're out of their stun lock, they're already dead. And so you launch 3 fragmentations and 2 of the flash grenades, and the boss is dead. It's really that easy. And I'm talking all the way up to Act 4, the interludes, everything. It didn't matter. What'd you get? Not perfect gameplay there, but I got through him. Gotta get out of that poison.
I must maintain a fine balance.
And I don't think I found... Did I find a rift here already? I like finding the rifts in each one of these. And I can't remember if I got the rift. I think I did. But I'm going to explore the rest of this map, make sure I didn't miss anything. Taking my time, because honestly I'm leveling here, right? Take my time, explore, find everything in the map. Yeah, I did get the rift. It was down here. XP. A little bit of gold, and that's it for this map. So I'm gonna go back to town, empty my bags, and then head off into the graveyard for the City of the Eternals. That is a great place to grind out some levels if you need them. If you haven't played before, there are 3 bosses in that zone, so lots of gear opportunities.
Why don't we go?
First, let's see if there's anything I can take apart. Ugh. Definitely, and this is why I picked these up. So I'm going to scrap that, and that gives me my shards, so I can make orbs later on. That's going to help me upgrade my gear. Most of this gear is just vendor trash, so if you do get quality, or if you get those slots on it, take the opportunity to make these, because you're going to really need them later on when you get 60s, 70s, 80s, and above.
Hello.
If I'm not going to use the gear, I disenchant it. That might be nice. I'll check that out here in a second. And a little bit of an upgrade in gear here can go a long way. So take the time to look at your gear, figure out what you have, and that's trash, I'll sell that. But I'm going to identify this and compare it to what I'm wearing. I'm actually going to put this on. It's a close call. I don't want to waste any of my orbs updating the helmet I do have on to get those extra 2 slots, not for this low level gear. But I think this is a minor bump with the extra fire resistance I get there. And everything else is pretty equal, but I'll go ahead and put that on. Now, if I'm not sure, I can stash that. Alright, there's nothing wrong with that, getting rid of it later if I want to.
Oh,
And I did level, so I will put another point in my passive tree. And I'm going to start trying to bump up my damage, my critical strikes, and then I'm going to come back and put some more points into my evasion rating and energy shield because I'm feeling really, really squishy. And as a low-level character, again, if you haven't played the game, you're new to it, you are going to die a lot. You're going to feel real squishy.
He has the manner of a man lost in his own mind.
Especially when you're playing for the first time. Like, this character is so new to me. Each character in this game is so different. It feels like a whole new game. And I'm trying to still remember which spell is which button as I'm playing on the PS5. So there's a lot of delay in what I'm doing. But as you build that muscle memory, hopefully that just becomes second nature. Come here, little guy.
Stay still!
Okay, that tells me I just got a whole nother group of guys here. Got through that little group. And a coffer. Oh nice, a regal orb and orb of augmentation and transmutation. Take that every time. Again, keep hitting the wrong buttons, but it's alright. So I can see why people like this character. Seems like it's a bit of a mix between the range that I'm used to and really nice close-up damage. I love that AoE frost there that freezes guys in place. That shatter is beautiful and it hits from so far away. Then they get close and I just, bam, nice. I wonder if I have a scroll to juice that with. Clear out the area first, if I can remember what button does that. Yes, scroll, so I can juice that.
Thrust!
Kind of pull these guys in. I'll get back there in a second. That was fortuitous. Wrong buttons, damn it. Too far away. Come here, fellas. So as you go through, you'll start picking out items that you really want to pick up and disenchant, or pick up and take apart for the parts that you're going to need. Now, when you find these strong boxes, this isn't a great box, it's just a strong box, but what I'm going to do is I hold down and I select it, and then I use different orbs. Now, I'm not going to use great orbs on this, that's enough, because this is low level and it's not going to be very good. But that increases the difficulty of the box. And therefore, it increases the loot you can get from the box. So, there, I got Horror Thread Rawhide Belt. That's a good belt for my level. Really good. It's not perfect for me because, again, it's armor and not evasion rating like I want. But I can pop that puppy on, and now I have a belt. When I go back to town, I will probably put a frost thing in there, because the boss at the end of Act 1 is frost, and I want to get some resistance built up. Now, as I go through the zone, I'm looking for 2 areas. And because I told you there's 3 bosses in this area. You have the Praetor, you have his wife, the consort. I guess it's not his wife if it's the consort. And then you have the guy that gave you the quest to find them. Now, I always get turned around. Here's another point of interest. The first time you come in here, you come to this sarcophagus, and you will get a ring. At the beginning of the game, the rings are hard to find. I had some saved up, so I really don't need that iron ring. But if you're just starting out, you definitely want to find those rings and amulets as you're starting the game. Love freezing those guys in place. I didn't used to check those urns, but then I got a Regal orb out of one of them. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start checking those urns all the time, because it's all RNG. You don't really know what's going to drop from them, but literally takes you a second to check. Easy to direct, but I guess it gets the job done. And my OCD makes me have to complete these maps. Sorry if that's boring to you. But here's the Tomb of the Consort. So when I find these, I'm not going to do it yet. I like finding both waypoints, picking them up. To me, it doesn't matter which one of these you do first. But it's nice to pick them up. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. Because here's the second one, the Mausoleum of the Praetor. So these guys, And I level, which is nice. Critical hit chance, love that. And then I'll probably come over here and increase my evasion rating and energy shield, because I definitely am very squishy. But let's go ahead and do the crater. Like I said, there may be a reason you want to do the consort first, but I can't think of any.
This place harbors an everlasting malice.
Man, I am squishy. But I gotta be careful in here. My resistance is, I'm a low level character, so of course they're crap, right? I mean, low level, everything's crap. Your mana regen, you're squishy. Bosses hit like trucks. Grinding gear does not take it easy on you. I did think, it feels like maybe they nerfed some of the bosses on this league. They do seem to be dying a lot easier than what they were when the beta first came out. And really, there's a balance there, right? They're known for being difficult, known for really being that game you want to prove you can play, but for new players, I think a lot of people quit just because they get to a boss and they're like, hell with this, I've already died 20 times. Why am I beating my head against the wall? But this league feels pretty balanced to me. Not saying it's easy. Some of these bosses hit like damn trucks, especially in Act 4 and when you get out to maps. I am dying a lot. But part of me thinks it feels better when you figure that out and you get through those maps, you get through that content. It feels better because you know it was kind of a grind, it was difficult. So that balance has to be real hard for them to get. Not too easy, but definitely make it challenging enough that people have fun playing the game. Now when you get to this checkpoint, I think everyone knows this, you hit the switch, it will open up that staircase behind me. And you just got a lot of free beginner gold. Noise, and a treasure chest. Orb of augmentation, awesome. And I really don't want that stuff, so I'm just gonna pass it up. I like clearing, and you've probably heard me say this several times, I like clearing everything on the map. Here is the Praetor, or not the Praetor, the Praetor. Before I beat him, I'm going to go ahead and go clear the rest of the map because there's quite a bit of content here. And playing through all this content's going to help me because, like I said, this is a brand new type of character for me. And I want to get this muscle memory and know where my spells are without having to think about it. Because this is really as easy as it's going to get. So before I get to the hard content, I need to make this easier on myself by getting to know my character. That's my philosophy. I know a lot of people run through as fast as they can. That's cool. But I definitely like exploring the game. Now this game has a lot for everybody. For instance, I'm not a huge fan of the end game. Grinding through the maps isn't a lot of fun for me. But this is a good example. If I had just rushed and beat the Praetor and then exited out, I would have forgot all about, hey dummy, there's a rift in here. I want to complete these rifts because it gives me a lot of XP and the chance for additional loot that is really high level for my level. So why not take advantage of that? And watch me get a boss here that's gonna own me. And like I've said before, you can't be afraid of dying. It's gonna happen. So just embrace the suck. Nice. Alright, a rune. Not a great drop there, but hey, it's free. So okay. And I'll go back and complete that. I'm just going to clear out this section. Work on those combos. I don't like baby blood. That blood will kill you quick when you're first starting out, so try to avoid that. Leveled again, nice. Well, I'm going to go on back here, and I'm going to start pumping up my evasion rating area shield a little bit, and I'll probably change those later, but for now at this beginning level, I'm not hitting him at all. I need that as much as I can get for right now. Because the Praetor and the Consort can both be problems for melee. So having a couple of extra points isn't a bad thing. How did I miss that? Alright. Ooh, he hit hard. Ooh-wee. That dang lightning. Wow, that guy was pretty hard for me. Ruby ring, fire resistance. Need some frost resistance rings. But that's it for this, so I can head back and get the Praetor. Again, this is the first time playing Monk for me, so I'm not sure how difficult he's going to be with the Monk. But we're about to find out.
Your soul will join my steeple of death. Cut down. These spirits are mine. Cut down.
So he's going to call his consort. Just dodge these, get out of the big green circles.
Your soul. Your meaningless life ends now.
Stay in back of him when he launches that green thing. It like hits the whole room. Yep, and try to get out of the way of that. That's sweet. And that wasn't bad at all. I do think they nerfed him. He used to be so much harder. Whenever you see something green like this, it is a quest item or it's something that gives you points. And we're doing the quest here for that gatekeeper so we can get his 2 keys to free his family. So that's what that's for. Nothing else there is really good, so I'm just going to use this to exit out because we've already cleared it out. And then remember earlier we got that checkpoint, so I'm going to use that to get back to the Tomb of the Consort and get the second key. Okay, getting through these mobs, okay. Orb, nice. Another orb. They have definitely beefed up the orb drops. You're getting a lot more of them now. It used to be so rare. This guy can be a bit of a bitch. Let's see how this goes. Get out of the lightning. Alright, got through him, but that was not easy.
Maintain a fine balance.
So, quick trip to town because I do want that human mask so I could take it apart at my salvage bench. Again, if you don't have a salvage bench, save that stuff up in your stash so when you do get it, towards the end of Act 1, you can take all that apart and start getting orbs to improve your gear. Doesn't seem like a big thing, but it really helps out a lot later on in the game. You're going to want as many orbs and scraps and things like that as you can get. So always go by the well, refill. I did level up, so another thing I'm going to do is check the vendors real quick. And again, anything with quality, anything with a socket, you can take apart here at the salvage bench, and it helps a lot. Got a lot of these. I don't really need this, so I'm going to salvage that as well and get the glass blower's bauble. Then I will go to Una, who's waiting over here for me.
Sorry,
Disenchant this stuff that would basically be vendor trash. I'm going to keep that for now. Let's see what that is. Oh, sell this stuff.
Yes.
Didn't realize I had so many grays on me.
Stay safe, if you can.
Identify this. See, that's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely put that on. Get rid of that piece of crap. And then put this stuff away for later on in the game. I really don't want to use this stuff now, but later on in the game, I'm really going to want that stuff. Sell this trash. Actually, I think no, they're both trash. So
Oh, I like this
a couple hundred more gold off those. Oh, and I said I was going to check the vendors. Two things I'm looking for here is just any improvement to my gear. That's a little bit of that could be good, especially with the cold resistance. But even if I didn't want that, I would buy it just to take it apart because it has two sockets. Looking for any gold item, anything. That's 26 and 15. And that is an improvement, but not really what I'm looking for. My gloves and boots are weak. Everything I have on right now is weak, guys. We're just starting the game, so little improvements mean a lot. And I'm thinking on this character, I'm going to be building evasion rating, energy shield. That's what I'm looking for. And so when I see something like this, it has potential. Especially something like this. So that's fire resistance. So I think what I'm going to buy is this one. And so let me show you how to improve your gear. Normally on low level gear you wouldn't want to do this too much, but this has opportunities. So I can use one of my regals, improve that. And improve this. And both of those are an improvement to what I'm wearing. But for now, I'm going to store them here and then come back to them in a minute. Right now, what I really need, and I'm hoping, Una has, so 150 life, 10 of 88. That's definitely an improvement. 214. I'm gonna buy that one, and my mana definitely needs an upgrade too. So when you put on new flasks, I'm gonna going to disenchant these two. Put that away. And then refill at the well. Oh, and remember I got that belt, right? So I can come back here and find a charm for cold, because I'm going to need that for the boss. Put that on. So now I have a little bit more protection from the cold. And all this was so I could pick up that hewn mask. What you guys gonna get? Over here, yeah. Wow. And what you're seeing is me make this a lot harder than it has to be. Nice. I may regret saying that if this pulls a boss and I'm just not ready for that yet. So far I've done 3 or 4 rips on this and really haven't pulled any bosses. So I'm not sure if they nerfed that because of the difficulty. I know when Abyssal first came out, man, some of those bosses at real low level, I was like, what the hell? It's not supposed to be this hard. Okay, what'd I get? Oh, blue. Okay. Nothing in that. Okay. But I did level, so that's a positive. I'm real new, so like I've said before, if you guys have some recommendations on how to play the monk, let me know. That was nice. Nothing. Okay. Actually, I'll just take this port. Save myself some time. I think she's to my right, so I'll go left first.
I must maintain a fine balance.
And let's go fight the consort. She could be a little difficult. Remember, we're real low level, and but based on the Praetor, I think they might have nerfed the difficulty, because I got through him real easy with real bad gameplay. And here she is. A little bit of extra gold. And let's see. The worst thing that can happen, guys, is you get this. And you resurrect right there, so... Okay.
Leave this place.
Oh, she started back then, didn't she?
Just die already. My love, I call to you.
Think she froze there? Okay. And she did. So again, we pick up our key, we got an orb, very nice. I don't want to leave that chainmail behind, so let's drop that crappy bow. And that helmet, don't need either one of those for anything. And superior face mask. Remember what I said about superior? You see that has 7% quality? That means I can take that apart at my bench. Now, the next boss is the gatekeeper here. Always forget his name. Begins with an L. Lackland. He can be difficult. He hits like a damn freight train. And we need him so we can resurrect the hooded one and never need scrolls again, because the hooded one will identify all of our items for free.
My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them
Suffer! And I'm hitting the wrong buttons. So this is already starting out badly. Again, dodge roll these hits if you can. Don't do what I just did there. You see, I'm using my potions really quickly because he's hitting like a damn fish. you'll see on the range characters, I think most people kite them around this. This is not going to good. I'm attacking slow because he throws me. And I'm out of mana, or I'm out of life potions. Gotta get away. Yeah, guys, I don't think I'm gonna make it through this right now. Yeah, good. So, and I've ran out of time for recording, so I'll have to come back and finish this recording in a little bit. So, thanks for watching. Okay, that was better that time.
Rejoin your family, their tortured soul.
So again, I'm not going to cut my death from the first video. I'll just add this to that. What I will do is go out here and pick up the waypoint for the hunting grounds. And then I'll go port back to the town. Always try to pick up those extra waypoints because you don't know if you're going to have to get off the game and have to fight back through here to get that waypoint again. I think the first time through there I was trying to use all my spells.